Ok, aquí vamos. Bye. Oh God, I'm stuck. That was not funny. Too dark in there and too fast.
We've been coming to Santo Domingo, my wife's hometown, over the course of the last 30 years. We met in 1988 when we both worked at the U.S. Embassy. And there's one thing that hasn't changed. As a matter of fact, it may have gotten worse, and that's the traffic. We're on our way in from the airport, out of stop-and-go traffic. This is a time lapse from our hotel room. That structure in the middle allows pedestrians to walk over the road without getting hit. There used to be just a roundabout there. So the infrastructure is very nice. They've developed the areas. The roads are good. It's just the sheer number of cars in the country. It's almost overwhelming. A lot of people aren't familiar with Santo Domingo. This is a typical intersection in the city. But then we get outside of the city to a development called Hemingway, which is private condominiums. We'll see in just a moment. This is a gorgeous bay. It's small. All of the amenities are there. It's got everything you need, everything you want, but it's very small and kind of quaint, cozy. Not a lot of people. The main hotel there, apartments in the middle, some other developments, and they're building out. They bought the property next door. We were over to take my 89-year-old mother-in-law, to the beach and talk about active for her age. Gets around well. She didn't want any help getting out of the water, although there was a large step there on the beach. At Hemingway, they've got a beautiful chapel there. Very nice. And if you look at the sides, those are doors/windows. And when the crowd gets big, they open those up and there's benches outside. Absolutely beautiful. I want to show you the Malecón, which is the main road along the beach on the south end of the island through Santo Domingo. There's going to be a quick area right here, and I'm going to slow it down. This is where the dictator Trujillo was murdered or assassinated in 1961. Right there, there's a landmark right next to the Malecón, the road where his car was ambushed. Some interesting history. But the Malecón goes along the southern edge, and there's a park from the road to the water's edge itself, but it's all rock cliffs there. It's a little rainy today, but you can see the blue in the water splashing up. That's typical. This is where I was trying to get extra shots out on this overlook, and the water was pretty worked up that day. But this is a beautiful view of downtown Santo Domingo with the high rises, and off in the far distance you can see the port. We're still on the Malecón here, but we're headed down towards the Colonial Zone. You can see what looks like the Washington Monument with a beautiful mural on it. El Conde Street was popular back in the day, where you'd have clothes made and whatnot and shop. You wouldn't go there at night, but now there's no problem. Very safe. They've revamped the entire Colonial Zone to make it very tourist friendly. Beautiful shops, high-end restaurants, lots of music. Absolutely beautiful. The following day we head towards a city called Beni, which is west of Santo Domingo by about an hour and 15 minutes. Beautiful mountains. This is a large bay. It's got a port with ships, a lot of fishing boats here. Just beautiful. Water is crystal clear, just as it is around the Dominican Republic. Always. The one unique thing is the sand at this end of the island it's not that white sand like you're used to or that you saw before when we were at Hemingway. The mountains in the distance. You head that way, you go towards Haiti. This is an active salt mine. There's rails on top of these structures here. You can see the salt, and there's the salt house. So they bring the water in, let it in these large pens out here, pump it out, dry it, and they reclaim the salt from the ocean. Very white, very clean. They didn't want you to touch the salt, but They said we could walk around and do whatever we wanted. You see the rails, goes all the way up to the processing house. It says no trash, don't pass without permission, and we chose not to go out there, but very rustic, but beautiful. And Punta Salinas is the name of the point. There was a few windsurfers here, very windy.
It's like regular sand, but like, you know how you have to wait for like the iPhone to be like a couple of weeks old before they release more colors? And so this is like sand plus, like black sand, like a more like classy look.
The X one.
Is it fine?
Sand X.
Yeah, it's like just the perfect sand you would want, but just a different color. Except more rocks in there down below.
Our two sons, Tommy on the left and Antonio on the right.
Taking those presidentes.
¿Quién? Fran Ranieri, de Punta Cana, está para acá ahora.
Está haciendo un proyecto allí que se llama Los Corbanitos.
Ajá. Los Corbanitos.
Bueno, Los Corbanitos no se llama, aquí se llama Punta Cana, esto se llama Punta Arena.
Near some of the boats docked at Punta Salinas. Some of them look like they haven't been moved in a long time, and some of them have. A lot of license plates. There's somebody from Illinois. I don't know where they're from, but they left their license. He's down there. Who takes their license plate on vacation, right? It was a beautiful trip to Santo Domingo that included a lot of family, good food, and a couple of presidentes.